I don't know, because for a girl, sleeping with a bunch of guys does change her. And I think that maybe if he had met her earlier on before the bodies, she could have been the right one. But now, with the history and the past, she's a different woman because of that history.
Tell me exactly how this same exact logic would not apply to men. I would argue that promiscuous men also have the same exact problem, right?
I don't think so. I think sex
well, I don't believe
men
that
and
it's
women
socially. So here, I'll make a concession, and then I'll make the argument. My concession is, I do believe that men value chastity in women far more than women value chastity in men. I completely concede that that is true. What I'm not willing to concede, though, is that damage from promiscuity in men isn't done just like damage is done from promiscuity in the opposite sex.
I think women hold on to those trauma more than men do. Men tend to move on with their lives, while women, they'll constantly judge their current guy to their past men.
Let us assume for a second even that is correct. That still does not negate the fact that promiscuity in men is damaging to men. Even if it were more damaging to women, let's say it was every single sexual partner was 60% on average more damaging to a woman than a man, it would not negate the fact that it's still damaging to men.
Andrew.
Now, and my proof of this is that almost every single man that I've discussed this with thus far has told me, and by the way, I will say, even the hosts of Fresh and Fit, and I've discussed this with them publicly, have told me promiscuity in and of itself does nothing good for men. It does nothing good for them. In fact, they always seem to want to take it back and wish that they were not so promiscuous, right?
Can I ask
Why do you think that is?
Can I ask you, what damage do you think promiscuity has on men? Because I could see so clearly.
It damages the most important thing for men that they have, which is virtue.
Yeah.
The most important, there's two important things that men have in this world: status and virtue. And they're intertwined. Whether you like it or not, one of the biggest things that men look at with other men for their status is their virtue. That is what they look at. Let me tell you the tier. The top tier is if you have a family and your family adores you, you have the highest status of almost any man on planet Earth. No matter how rich anybody else is, no matter how wealthy they are, no matter what Bugattis they fucking drive, if you have 5 kids, 6 kids, 7 kids, and they all adore you and so does your wife, you're the envy of the fucking world. That's the way the world is now. That's part of status. The second is virtue. The reason that employers are far more likely to employ men who are married, far more likely to give bonuses to married men. The reason that people in society are more likely to move towards married men as far as trust goes is because it's a great status symbol, because it shows this key element which is missing: virtue. It shows virtue. That's what it damages. The promiscuous bachelor down the street, yeah, you're friends, we have beers, it's great. That doesn't mean that you perceive him as being a virtuous man. Virtue with men, it matters. That's what, by the way, I'm going to make this differential. Because men value this so much in other men, I think that women often forget that they also value it in women. But they don't know what that means for women. What does virtue mean for women? That's part of what chastity is.
That's beautiful.
And true.
Indeed, indeed. That's really good to hear. I didn't know you'd have that perspective.
Which, by the way, I'll give a little red meat to you guys so that you can, hit me back, right? I'm the furthest from virtuous. I was a man whore. Literally just plowed half the chicks in California. Okay, so to be fair, right? When we're talking about virtue came to me later in life, not early in life, right? That's why I have no problem with the understanding that women have past things like this.
Intel Wild donated $69. I'd totally give a facial to that Aussie girl.
Oh, like
prattle, prattle, prattle.
So I'm totally willing to give the concession there, right? But what I am saying is that even if that is true, that doesn't mean that the value of virtue goes away. Even if I was the most unvirtuous man. Even if I was the scummiest person on planet Earth, this standard would still be true.
Where's that photo of him, bruv?
Andrew, why did you become more virtuous? What happened?
Damn, bro, look at this fucking legend, bro. Holy
That's Andrew?
Holy frick, bro. Hold on.
I'm a fucking legend.
Look at that fucking guy, bro. Holy shit, dude.
Yes! Crab cakes and football! That's what Maryland does!
What the fuck? Where did that come from?
Okay, but what happened? How did you become more virtuous?
Wait, pull it up one more time.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up!
What the hell, bro? Nick, calm down, bro. Okay, sorry, hold on. Wait, pull it back up one more.
Oh my god.
Oh, me so horny! Me love you long time!
Damn. Hey, we're pulling that up every episode, Andrew.
What changed it? Is that what you asked? What changed it?
Yeah. How did you go?
My father had multiple sclerosis and still does. And it debilitated his body and basically destroyed his entire functioning body.
Wow.
In the most horrific way you can imagine. I used to hear him cry at night because his legs hurt so bad he couldn't get out of the bed. And when I was young, around the same age as that pig, he came to me one night and he said, "You're fucking everything up in your life because you're stupid. I wish to God I had an able body like you do. And I would make every different decision than you're making right now. Imagine being in my flesh." And that was a big wake-up call for me.
Wow.
Can we go back?
You know, that's the distinction. Wait. Virtuous dad. The old man was always nothing but virtuous, by the way. Oh, no. This getsy backsies. You know, you beat him in one argument. Next thing you know, I get the ooh-woo picture. This is some bullshit, Brian.
Yeah.